sawote honkoya na trasa samaba na sawote honkoya na trasa samaba
yaba na wabra samaba no mesremo me shebo say maybe am ye bebo ye Tonton Sansan no ami shada video no ye beyi photo screen so wabra me kasa me body di akan de si asem bi so ade mawura baabi enti na mesre wada baabi a wo bia di machi wabra wudi machi no so me poatro yade we mame make sure say wudi ye on Facebook live you made ye watch photo to various platforms so that be ya no kura ni betene the trona dos wo mamu ha enfututuo na ye togu ye ni so no ados wo mamu ha eti she na asem intene na busua yenya hunumu bia ebeba be yetumi bia se yensema ye betimi die tu anamon wabra ye kɔ 2024 abato rim na anu ya na ye kɔ 31st night ane ye bompa ye yenya ni abre new year ba ye wura new year mu ama say bosom ye tosum ye nu enie body entwan ye yo ewiase no se die esi kɔ no ene mirika etuo no it is not waiting for anyone etu obi a obeba be ye anantitwintwa anase akwansidie ade ama man no mpuntuo bia no ye baba odi agu ani ase amishada woni question ba kwa ye busa no da be na odi mfie duosia ni nyina so ni ne tie we ne tie ni ye me ka dia besi asem bi so ena wono na edi animu si yanje ye nwusie kumotuo wono ene ye dia hye ne nsam so mbaje ye nwusie kumotuo da be na odi mfie duosia wontimi nka na wo hwe omun hyehyɛ mu a Public Service Commission of Ghana regulations obi a waye above the age of 60 you be tima maintaining na you be maintaining no with 1 or 2 year contract dabra ye kasa opanyi Reverend Dr. Ami Shadai woni contract so eso wotoa what ye de yetuo no na etua neka benefits ahodo no ogusu a wodje since October 2021 Reverend Dr. Ami Shadai has been at post and carried out functions as Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority without a contract. I said, one on a signing that dubious 100 million SML sweetheart deal, no, the month of February, a month of love. That 100 million sweetheart or domu sa contract, no, one on a didn't such as here. I said, when you approve and support every finance minister can oforiata that can oforiata ya so the call mrasebe fie and on the kwato mrasebe dafo anim say the boss nanado danko akufuado SA obi a wadi mfie duosi en wo say okọ na homegiem no ebre no so a wonko unless say oni akọ no ni nimde ni hunumu na wo no eho nam it in the case of Amisha Dai nimde ni hunumu na wo no eho na as I say wada so te ba bia wotia benefits ahodo a yede ma obi a we Director General of Ghana Revenue Authority a wono na the second highest paid after Bank of Ghana governor no ogusu award je oni contract so ba wada so ho now last one wabra make dia kosi baby Reverend Dr. Ami Shada replace Owura Kofinti and ono na Commissioner General the late ono naka the 18 months of the 4-year outstanding contract naka 18 months pamle sa akoko so enso ene obi a mo se mudi nokre obi a mo se mudi pefe yo na titire man ene Ami Shadai minim de oye mamo enu nti wada so tip baby a wati without say wada contract so now Ghana ni awutie me baby a obetima relate e be fa ene say ene ya ye ka say ye ngusie kumotuo ya omode to ye so no e Ghana Revenue Authority ene be implement it na Ghana Revenue Authority be run anim e de ahye DVLA na be ye nhye emire bi a wo be kɔ road worthy no na ye de sika no ya je sika no e de free ho Reverend Ami Shada ya ne bra so e wo so kɔ ahomegie mu Reverend Ami Shada ya ne bra so se e wo so kɔ ahomegie mu a woni contract so ono na edi anim wone kenoforiata ene baomia ene omo gye saa to ye friends. And you ask yourself that one omo gye omo de yeden. Hospital say no mesi amaye, akwan say no maye amaye, school dan say no ma ometime sisi amaye. Even po enwoma ye ma no be ade be sua ade e wo mfitiase school mpo no. Yime adane boache bi din. Eti yeto no mo de yeden. Na anu a Black Stars in sense we buy ye. Ade bi esi ye. A free 2012 ebesi 2023. Ade we. Eno same jamfi mu issue statement. Same jamfi communications officer ma NDC amayoko no. And waboa ma chinijie bi ewo krom bia no eduro bi akadem. And ninsem no de betu dwane de di pefe se ebra na NDC wa abem no. Sika omobo e de to ho. The Black Stars in Fankobo bra. Wa bra omo African Cup of Nations. Omo de kra ni sha. Wo be hwe a free MPP, ebra MPP ba abem a. Se de omo de ni city no. Afi bia na ekosoro. Afi bia na ekosoro. Hwade we 2012 5 million, 2013 4 million, 2015 5.8 million, 2017 3.4 million. The dada, you know, oh, I feel 2019 now who cost $6.3 million, 2021 $9.7 million, 2023 $8.5 million. And you see, make kind Sami Jamfi statement no. Point 10 no. Eyi asem no dodo na ama, especially mo ka say oh na say 2015 no ebra na ye nyina ye kasa no NDC aban no etam 50 million bi and of spending with Black Stars. So point 10 of Sami Jamfi statement and say the MPP propagandists are basing their misleading narrative on a false data published in 2019 by Joy Sports to the effect that Ghana spent $50 million at the 2013 African Cup of Nations competition. On the contrary, the record shows that the NDC Mahama government took a decision to slash GFA's budget of $8 million for the 2013 AFCON by half, as contained in this publication toward the Amanebono online or eto. It will be a bit of en.africasports.com. And as a matter of fact, government had to fall on GMPC to significantly sponsor the modest budget for the 2013 AFCON due to financial constraints. It is happening now. You see, Kasamunye. 81. Abino Jomahama Abino. What TGF budget no so. Number 2. What they know to GMPC. Now who are they so? So one best Black Stars Nasri non form unko. And what and Krata Semuna date moi. The lowest budget. The ma a year Black Stars a year 2013, which is $4 million. 2023, $8.5 million. 2021, $9.7 million. I don't know Egypt now. No say Yabandi and Yabano. So at one Omani Abro Monji free hono, ye no mode. At one Abra Hunchaba. Omo Josu ye. I saw ya tadia mutri ye bridim. Edge free hono, ye and omode ye. And you see, Ebra NDC wa bemuno. Na haircut be any ho, hear me. Ebra na NDC wa bemuno. Na abai emoka and nika to the extent say want to win pianica. Na sadia nini ho, bene sadia no ho, abai the car want to win pianica. We declare and ya chairman saying na ama say amansa to the prum, ama Ghana say Ghana. Would when him bet yourself a bosia, ya more bosia. It's all bosia wood pia. Who knew? At this time, ya was a which imuno. At this time, a man for many umako mumpany fieso, our humijemu, I investment. I desika crabia, a banya quatam, wabosia bokwaso, I omo haircut. This is the time a buy way, a jina sadia, a sika wenya, what the yes sadia way, and the ama Black Stars. So you see, we are taxpayer now. I was so my bufu. Through what would you car? Nano, Dr. Mamadou Baumia, the gold for oil as a oil for gold in tea. Or plugs, I say, the gold for oil as a oil for gold in tea. And then we engine, I go, enwusie pufru ka buba zakwa minka na nam so ya beka kire se enwusie kumo na ebenti ya the emission tax beto ye so enana nso omunim se Ghana for bebre wodi ade o ka se yentua niti o ma se da de akose DVL kon and the wodi animu adi sa boni we eye nipa wato mra afo mra e wo my Ghana ha your friend or Dr. Reverend Amit Shada ade odi na chita na tia wo soso no so eye kenoforiata MPs abeka kire se wabon a wonim hwia na nka wo se wokọ ena de odi achi a wo soso so a wo ma ho kwan wabra Ghana for kwa ho kirem eye de odi animu a yesi kasema seya ena ye kasa sei Dr. Mamadou Bawumia a wono so anya kokoduro abegina yenim se ye ma ne tumi. So you see the connection, connect all the dots and you realize that there's a grand scheme to rape the nation. There's a grand scheme to ensure say Ghanaians will continue to live in tattered penury or here at Titia Pansam. I dream no. It is an about me abegina say next week wo ba be kasa akire Ghana for. Na Ghana for na wo ba be kasa akire omo no. What you need is the next chapter. Na dia na wo pa akire. E dia wato no no say the next chapter. I the next chapter 2016 na mo ka say mo de e bewura eye apamfoforo mu. E free 2016 ebesi 2024 no apamfoforo ni nie. Eti next chapter be bio. Next chapter no na se kire ne say oseye etosu mienu ana eno na mo ba kire. Next chapter no na se kire ne say mo say betoa so akoso asay Ghana achen say de mo si aye yi na ana. That is the question we must be asking them. What right, what moral right does Bawumia have? So beba be gina him say wo petumi wabra de akọ say ye mu say wabra wa ma ho kire abo man yi mu say enti den ran na me de for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the building the Ghana tour no aprobo no rodin dan sem bia dia e de and that's what ebre ye mu dodo na especially bra wo gina wo hia asofo no mpanimfo e wo New Job in South na wo ayawa so was wagon and sensem no and ran na ye afi numa abasa yo ni si ye no say and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e kan ye
ofe labi okan ebi abasa yo a ebetimi abato no mu na mindi na chinye efi say ye hu bi da enne a me ne wo kase the 5th anniversary of Ayawaso West Wogon mokai ni si abra ye by election no asrafo ene yimo omode mass kashishe omuni omu pie from nowhere ebetu tuo eprepra nipa bebre ene ameka say ye baba akon ne nan ontimi nante odefie ontimi nko adwuma biom bebre prepra. Apart from that, last year for the first time 2020 year to abano Ghana for 8 in a year yenye investigation yen compensate your families nothing. It's in your canon, it's a reality. It's possible it can happen because elections, but focus they are a very emotive event. Elections are a very emotive event. There are many emotive things. They say ethnicity. And it's on your money normally yakoye one nation. It was says on your money ba you share send your better to your may send your beya sa basa yono emma make us say boko and talk isiho. If you say there are chieftaincy issues, ethnic issues near the other. So na elections, especially disputed elections. Entina emrebia yakasa the expectation and castle for faith-based organizations. Most of them mano beka ho. If you say sometimes near ECE yano and to assume yet to about 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. It may be a better baby. The following year we sit near share about one near to sing what can we do to reform our electoral system. Na ye nyina ya ja to mu e wo IPAC say ne was here and saying send a beya ubia beje results natum. Isi nkwa de since year to about 2020 aka beye bosom 9 months near to about for. You are now coming with major changes. You find indelible income, but we are sana. You don't build the confidence of the people in the electoral process. And I think so. And you may be brave. You're complaining and so be in fear. You're IPAC based on say peace council near Bekasai near there. They are IPAC. Now you are say and then wedding come say person shift the election date, and changes via person they want to bring a new CI to change the old CI. Yeah, can they say why wait till now? You don't spring surprises on people like that. What I say? Inti from last year, munim some changes. Anka some engaging it. You don't wait till 9 months to an election. Now mo best spring surprises. Yakona new juma ne de basa yobia eba. It will affect all of us.
No. You'll be a wardroom pony. Tell person orchestrate Emia, be a quine. Emma Basa, you see. And can one to an amonsa. And about to come is at TNT and ye. Mino. Eh, Yami Mayo. It will ye be a fan. Yamisrona won't see a say a Tumuno. Dinedy. And that is why we need a number of faith-based people, a Christopher, a Muslim for Monswari Namambra Bontain, Wabra Yanitria Bonia, El Cosway, Yan Swari Yan Casa. Siabesi Basa, your home quine, said yourself for point, sorry, ya no Wobusa, John Mahama, and Semfa Basa ya, a timid dining wendy, Wabat one sense, and one, John Mahama Church, and Mudim Fatu, I would want ya today. Siabeti Messi who quine. Yang a genie for yang Ghana for yang Timamufua. Yang mine kwane Ghana. Yeni baby a kono. Yang sorry waka. Yang kasentiomo. How can you be bringing in or suggesting or even be thinking about reforms in an election year? How? How can you even be thinking about it? And then as I didn't put it in Bessie trim. I won't put to some and I say, and put to a one sem. Adia ba ko adi akotere wo Ghana fo enyina no anase yakoma so ye mano adesua wonsem free SHS ya mencha de asofu yi eboa ye ma His Excellency John Mahama ekasi supi what adwenya owofa free SHS so tie we.
If you say started free SHS no, the real benefits no emma awofo no ho. Enti ne say ye ba ye be frɛ awofo ne afrɛ teacher for headmasters, students, education experts, Ubia, near transit, near share, a dear to sing any PSHS implementation. No, na ya and then we'll near CC, send a bear and Faswamai. I can point to some of the gaps already. Ediani and Kodani di enye, and that is because feeding no, ya centralizing feeding no. Yesi buffer stock, nem for Ediani Koma schools no. Into wo headmaster wo hwe school no so se buffer stock mfa eduane maya wonni akwenya say obekọ akọ eduane wo bebia be man kwada no. Into that's one of the problems. Into me maka say se nyame adom ne eba will return the feeding back to the schools, to the headmasters. If you say enumpo helps the economy of the district, secondary school food contractors what district or omutimi to omunyoma ema secondary schools no. And the headmaster, once he's in charge of procurement, will be making sure it's much better. And aside from that, feeding grants, instead of giving it to buffer stock supplies complaining say are buying into omuka. It is our feeding grants now. The Bema buffer stock. The farmer secondary school headmasters no more fun and Fadano. We should double track now. Amma and Fadano ain't me siahe. Akoda to me, but if you bear 4 months, no go school. Ade osia no abesa ko school do na ni refi ni na ebi mpo nya kwan san ko school ebi a oba no akwan san na asa bibisa nti amma emfaso e wo se yenya no yenya nti meka say reviewer say this obi a wa sheda nyesa wo can reviewer there is no link between review and abolish, and so yamanyo 70 lawyer Mwa Nana Akufo-Addo so on the worker reviewer of you say abolish. education minister so or a professor. Watch that there for God knows how many years. Or so as a review, it means abolish. Would there be additional in Nigeria? What's the meaning of review? Review just saying and we'll review how it has been implemented. And if there are mistakes, we'll correct it. That's all it means. I was here so that you bring the advantage of free SHS. Now, me feel said free SHS no. I was here dedicated funding. Send your NHIS, your District Assemblies Common Fund. I was here dedicated funding. Where this is Kaba Kakra, our budget mo na Minister of Finance, the Akutia Eka, and ma a very good outcome from the education. But when you know, men can say, men kwani kwikwana and say, my GVS in na the Afrudia, ye na yo nyansa nibi. Enti dam si ye na entrance, na ye na yemfa etimbom, na yenhwe se na ebesiesie free SHS ni esiafa.
So, where your penia, or buo, any die, and the matimemo. Was a benya me who kwa say, na masasa nyansa nyina gugugom. I said your midi frudia. Nente kumabi, ejina, asia catch and say, papa, kadia dia would the bow chia sanka obeko. Na my job of form. One yan hosa, what is all mine, one yang timemo for, one yang Ghana for an 83 year. 18 from one what 3 years no. Awofo enimdefo wona wabin ewo yadesua wonsam yetenasia bodwa adwendwen ho ne apane pomasi bre eno no wotre adwenboni nti ene tro ne nada ene futura yetugu Ghana fo ani suo nti na professor mu a aba bonten se yo pa chan se oba obetwam na lawyer mu a aba bonten abeka se yo pa chan se oba obetwam we nyina ngoguo no ni nyina achie no that said the proyam so at the crew man to the point say and then say one simple bar na mampenya ba bonten no abe clear nkofo we are no adan no abeka say menye clearing agent na na edi ho nkomo and why with the Transparency International dia betudwa say the Ghana yetim faako e ba ketanse any proyam ho kona yetim faako we and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e ka fa nia na ban ne ba obeya fa ho ye we
corruption. I'm saying, and Ghana initiative. The new corruption report at Kuja. Now, can I say, over the last 4 years, we've not made any improvement in the fight against corruption. Maybe a general need. And see, I'm saying, also for now, kind of, so we have to find new ways of fighting corruption. If you say Emrana or say institutions no this institutions no ne Emrano on one kasa and fighting corruption. Unless you decline no, we have the political will to do it. Senior trade science institutions ni na adwen akose mo investigating we mo also ye there ba na yakata so. But corruption is corruption. It doesn't matter why I buy and we see here. Until me to home, my pledge is that more misconduct on myself under this government. I'll go after them. But at the same time, who my position in my government. Also, if you are engaged in corruption, I'll let the institutions come after you. They understand a bit because they are taking sanctions against people who are corrupt and encouraging more people say almost corruption on baby. If you say, okay, say, Nipa Nanuya, Unya office, or Cotton Ho, na Ubesha, na Dwabo Ase, na Enyoma, I mean, things that he couldn't afford before. I mean, it encourages the others at the lower level to do the same. And Makasa 1, we will strengthen the assets declaration regime. Until we declare our assets, I will audit those assets to make sure that the assets declaration is correct. Apart from that, the independent valuation office, into project BBBR, we will subject it. Parliament will agree what threshold. Into any project or government procurement above a certain threshold, it will be subjected to an independent valuation office to make sure that it is not inflated or something amiss hasn't happened. And also your idea, then aside from that, resource the anti-corruption agencies and interfere in their work. So Omoka say DOBHR, it is their right to do so. If you say, oh, CMA, some institutions no independence. Now near the office of the special prosecutor by. Or the case be na yato actually. Or the case be near to actually. Now say minister B sika one bedroom there and then. Now they call court. You see minister ni sika mano. And you can't even tell. It's the office of special prosecutor no. What is the purpose of it? And so I was say we must not cancel that office. You be maintaining office of special prosecutor. But they will say na ya bwan ya shenekina no timi ye nejuma. Senebeya or no Yoko Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Criminal Investigation Department. Omuna was say yes, Mokina no mutimi ye onwejuma. That's the only way a bit me akon.
That's a project Ediano no. Eba acquiring one sema. Also, you catch us a year of roads, and any acquiring in our Modia Sulia. Don't Dramani Mama Sua Bar, see away. I'm acquiring the no. And I know you are ready. And you're ready, I can go straight to a year LGBTQI. Trumu. Ban your bar, I want yet. Bema, what yet. Bema to us a media. Yami bomb is a beman in Pebio. Is it the ambassador Daniel Bar? Racko, near Fifi, and near Fincher Victory. The way you're near Danino. Yamana Daniel Bar. His Excellency John Dramani Mama say, on Nigidiano. And this sab brabono sa quino. And then the boy bra, did your kind.
Mijidi, my faith is against LGBT. The Assemblies of God. If we say the faith I have, Empany say, Bema, Bewari Bema, Oba Bewari Oba. Bill a war parliament, Umunyam passing. But I'm say, buying actress says, Omo pass here, president on sign. If you say, the attorney general, like can say, be a private members motion. Ubeti me pass a bill with a private members motion, but it needs a dekabia ebeto abanso. And based on that technicality, President Asegna said Seba on signing. Them say idea between Parliament and the executive. Omoshe na omokan. Ebia sombeshe bill numwa. Omashwe bibia it puts a charge on government. Na omoyi enu ifriwa. Then it opens the way for the president to be happy to sign the agreement. And so, me personally, Benjin this, and a man is a man, a woman is a woman. Me believe say nipa uti me sorry I say me feeli wo me mu say me yoba. So ya wo me be mind to me cause sa my yoba. Maybe I mean nature created as man and woman. And Nyame boy, you know, he knew what he was doing when he created us like that. And so if you ask me, my personal faith is against it.
Oh, this is a challenge, you know. Maria Adam say, Kwame, Tuma Baumia Bizana say, on also position, our LGBTQ, no, plus no air, Baumia next week, when he Ghana for because I actually you. And also that I didn't know, went to besiege na your home. That no. Brother Timothy, I didn't think that wouldn't be besieged in our own. And for Bia, Rebecca said, oh, and John Mahama on Pese, international community in Betty, 18 and another country, Ubwa, or Canabrofu country, or the Casadimian in our fry. So nobody can stand anywhere. And Waka say, oh, and that's on Pese international community Betty, or country, what the fry. Was in Nigeria, and a sad way, a webra. In the stance, no. It is the bain about me, so ebe declare the stance. Ye no. Maria Dam was some no matter no. Lastly, on a year, Bosnia Wodua, ye de ball on my Ghana, and nam yadia could ye work coronavirus. I ye found ye sika bebeno. Sikano ye de ye, and walk with the wonsem. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Emma Shotiaway.
Said that when we come, we investigate COVID loans. because that was money that was misused. COVID was an adversity, but it was also an opportunity because plenty people poured money into Ghana. The IMF gave us $1 billion free. Then they gave us another $1 billion special drawing, long-term loan. One was SGR, one was long-term low-interest loan. $2 billion. World Bank gave us almost $1 billion, $3 billion. Then aside from that, Bank of Ghana gave 10 billion cedis and another 10 billion cedis. African Development Bank gave us money. GIZ gave us money. China gave us money. And the auditor general audited it and said the money was misused. They couldn't account for most of that money. They said they were going to give small business loans. And they said that businesses that wanted should apply through their banks. And so you applied and indicated your bank, and the money was given to you through your bank as a loan. And today the banks are asking them to pay those loans. But you know what? A good chunk of the money was reserved for the 2020 political campaign. And that one, they took the mobile money of their party chairmen, women's organizers, and what, and they sent them the money through Momo. That one, nobody is asking them to repay. They've spent it. You remember there was a women's organizer and parliamentary candidate who said her share was 100,000 cedis. That she got 50,000 as women's organizer and she got 50,000 as parliamentary candidate. So she alone got 100,000. Nobody is asking her to pay it. And so when we come, all those people, the money was sent by Momo. All those people will call them to come and pay with interest. Because you cannot just misuse the money of the people of Ghana and get away with it. And so, yes, even as our brothers are paying through their banks, they also must be brought and held to account. And so they will not get away free.
Bianfan Hundi, and only as some John Dramani Mama, Akano. Kaya Nyaye, Abra Yadia could you work coronavirus about. As he can yet debate your Bejinaso, and your Bob Brown, our miney demon. So be a day, and Fanundi, Framana Bonano day, and Sakra Framana Ebono, and what day, 80 email, and Yaman one said, Gabioche, that could be a better about this. It's a local politics when you be. The international politics, and why any Donald Trump, and more elections, and idiot, or Kuna, that Palestine, Israel, one terminal, and an idiot, they are cost organ. And Framana no ding. The wind of change, I blow, and what ding. What your mama pro bono, capos for what you mudina chi. And I said, you know, my city, baby, or Becobia. Don't me puba bonting. And a crowd or my yes or metianism. Nation was a talk answer or fossil church and insemo. What was the last time the president of this country, Nanado Danko Kufado, and ya better church in Zemu say, and it's a Ghana for? What was the last time? We are Centrania Wood. What was the last time you told you and Safra said, but a Jubilee House, Nanya Quenya, Nebusa Mampaninsem. So, from Mahama, I dined. I want no mayor may yacha nay. So will your beer or bar? I dear your friend I couldn't pefe yo may die be beardy, me for be and see me mine, any mitime mufono, what dying a disse, one friend di agro. Abusia, and ye Tonton Sansan, Ebesi pa. He
a man, ya, maya. A yo, and yo, ya, woman. A passo biaba, a Dwabo Ase. Now, assembly will be a walker, never money ye. Kusum, and some mine, but trouble dog, and some mine, for Sampa.
Spanish garlic mixture. Now what feel what see a drawing cow baby doing one danciana. A ready as I gana have baby hour. Media cram and maybe I make up for fratoni.
Me want a capsules, me head drive a needy and